I like to think of it as Jupiter. I've played Jade before, so sadly this won't be as genuine reaction. But I haven't played in a few months, so I'm hoping I forgot everything. Because I would love to experience Jade for the first time again. It was certainly pretty good. Alright. And who knows, maybe by the time I'm done with Jade, who knows? Oh yeah, I doubt I'll be found out on the first video like I did with my Cobalt series. I give it like a month before before anyone finds out. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, mister. You have a nice dog. Thanks. Good morning. Gods, girl. How can you still be so energetic at this time of the day? I had a large breakfast? Hi everyone, my name is Penny, and today is another great day. I mean, have you looked at the sky? Okay. A slight breeze, an acceptable amount of cloud cover, and not a singular grim in sight, which is good, because I assure you, they have a very high chance to ruin your day just by being in your immediate vicinity. For me though, it's an even better day than most. For most. I mean, not that I have collected data on how the day is going for every single inhabitant of Vale City. That'd take a long time, terribly inefficient. Even so, I feel confident in my inductive reasoning that I'm having a better day than most because I recently made new friends. They're all girls enrolled at Beacon Academy. We can't really see each other because, well, I was told not to. And only one really said she was my friend, but the other girls were her friends. So maybe the transitive property applies. Still, I made at least one friend. Life is better when you have lots of friends. So since I have 4 new friends, or 25% of that, it's safe to speculate that I'm having an even better day than most. I can't wait to see how my day will continue with such a great start. Holy dust, what is that? Oh, I did not notice, but while I was computing about my day, the bustle of the city has died down. Everyone has fallen mostly silent, barring a few murmurs, and they're all staring and or pointing at the sky. It's probably not a Grim, because the person shouted out a question. Grim are very recognizable, so this must be something new but equally terrifying. Let's see. Oh, a meteor. I've never seen one this close before. Well, I've never seen a meteor period, but most people never see them this closely. And it's getting closer, isn't it? Uh-oh. It's not getting any smaller now that it's past the upper atmospheric layers, and considering its speed and trajectory. Oh, I hope the market is not too crowded at this time of the day. Darn, it's hot. I clearly remember leaving the window open last night to let the summer breeze in, but now it feels like I fell asleep in the desert. Whatever wind came in and to cool down my bedroom is currently gone. Its sound replaced by low fizzle like hot metal placed in water. My bed has also become hard and quite uncomfortable. The image of someone replacing the memory foam with slabs of stone comes to my hazed mind. Did I drink yesterday? No, I don't think so. I'm wet. My clothes are soaked with sweat as I toss and turn. I plant my hands against the ground. Wait, why am I sleeping on the ground? I pushed myself up with a heavy groan and raised my head, my eyes fluttering open against the strong light of the sun. What? This isn't my bedroom. No, worse. This isn't any kind of room at all. The sleep seems to clear almost instantly as I realize that I'm below street level, kneeling in some kind of crater in my soaked sleepwear. As I look at my surroundings, I see a lot of broken glass and other debris littering the streets. There appears to be no one in my immediate vicinity. The destruction and confusion seems to be spread in a fan radius from where I stand. Although I can't be completely sure because of the girl covering part of my... Wait a minute. There she is. She's directly in front of and above me, kneeling at the rim of the crater I'm sitting in the middle of. She's looking down at me with big green eyes, carrot hair, and a sea of freckles that frame a pretty smile. She's petite, but not excessively so, and wears clothes which richly complements her natural colors, like they were made just for her. In a few words, she's really pretty. Hi there?
Salutations, Skyman. Are you
Oh nice, I don't have to read everything. I forgot about that. No.
Ah, good. There was the high probability you were some kind of attacker, but I'm glad that wasn't the case, Skyman.
Yeah, that might be better. Okay, but why are you calling me Skyman?
For two reasons. First, I don't know your name.
My name?
Affirmative. What's your name, Skyman?
My name is... Yeah. I remember I regretted using my actual name. I wish I knew why. Because, apparently David has a last name, which I didn't know about. But, yeah, there's no one else I'd rather see this person as than David. David. My name is David D. Cabegas. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, David. I'm Penny.
Nice to meet you too, Penny. Did you by any chance see who put me in here?
Does that mean someone threw you?
Excuse me?
I didn't see everything, but between my observation of the meteor and finding the point of impact, there was a time lapse of only 37 seconds. It would have been very hard for someone to transport you here without being seen. My guess is you were inside the meteor when it landed.
Meteor? Wait a minute. Is she saying... I look below my feet, and just like before, there's a crater, the heat, a meteoroid. Skyman? But that's impossible. I scramble to get out of the crater, climbing over its short incline and ending up on my hands and knees. I breathe deeply, suddenly at a loss for breath. Where am I?
You're in Vale City, capital city of Vale. Specifically in an alley in the Market District area. It doesn't look like much right now because... your landing kind of vacated it.
Vale? Vale City? That doesn't sound like the name of any country or city I've heard of. I've never heard of Vale.
That's peculiar, since it's a very important place. Maybe you've heard of the other countries? Beyond Vale, there's the nation of Vacuo to the west, Atlas to the north, and Mistral to the east. That's all a remnant.
My sweating has calmed down when I'd gotten out of the hot crater, but now it's coming back with a vengeance. I feel dizzy. I bring a hand to my forehead, my eyes falling to the floor. I don't know any of those names. And you say I dropped from the sky? Is this some kind of prank? I feel the acrid taste of bile rise from my esophagus.
Unless someone in Atlas shot you out of a cannon, I don't know what kind of prank could be pulled. And your trajectory was too far off for that.
A meteoroid. Is this a hallucination? Or a bad dream? No. It feels too desperate. And what kind of distorted brain would play like this with itself anyway?
You seem distressed.
I am distressed.
I understand, but we shouldn't linger around here for too long. The officers might be nice, but sometimes they don't understand.
Officers? Police? There's police here? That's great. Maybe they can help.
That's if they're willing to listen to you. Considering that you damaged a major metropolitan area with your landing, the odds of that happening are not in your favor, as they say.
She points at the chaos around us. She's got a point. After all, Penny herself was almost certain that I'd be some kind of attacker or enemy. I guess this nation is under some kind of threat. What happens if they don't want to listen?
They take you away. That's bad.
To the funny house where life is beautiful all the time. Darn. But what am I supposed to do then?
Well,
Marching footsteps. Double crumbs. Oh no, what do we...
Sorry, Skyman. Continuing the conversation will be terribly inconvenient.
Hey, what? What? The cute, gentle girl who's been nothing but helpful and tried to reassure me about my situation and keep me out of trouble just lifted me up over her head like I was a sheet of paper.
Sorry for the sudden invasion of personal space.
That's not the... Yeah. This is a safe distance. I lean against the nearby wall, one hand on my mouth and the other on the plaster. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to account for possible motion sickness. It's fine. Upset stomach or not, she got me away from the whatever those were. Policemen don't march, and come to think of it, those footsteps sounded particularly heavy. I sigh and stand, and breathe deeply with my abdomen. In with my nose, out with my mouth. Rinse and repeat. After a few repetitions, I managed to focus and calm my stomach down. Oh, your complexion looks much better now. Thanks. Achoo! I think you need a change of clothes. Considering what I'm wearing, I need clothes, period. Sounds like a good idea, but I have no money on me. Oh, I can cover that for you. Is she serious? You don't have to go through all this trouble for me. It's no trouble at all. Your size is pretty common in Vale, so I should only be a few minutes. To be safe though, it's safe if you wait for me inside that dumpster. Dumpster, right. But what I meant is, why are you helping me? You don't want me to? I kind of want you to. But why are you going to such lengths to help a complete stranger? Oh, right. Father did tell me people aren't used to the concept of altruism anymore. But he also taught me that I should help people who need a hand. So don't worry too much and let me help you. Alright, David? Alright. Sensational. Now don't move from the dumpster and wait for me to come back. She's a very nice girl. I must be the luckiest and most unfortunate man in the world at the same time right now. Well now, don't want her to go to all that trouble for nothing, do we? They fit perfectly. I'm glad. All of the clothes Penny brought me, shoes included, fit like gloves. She has correctly guessed all of my sizes. You have a great eye for clothes, huh? Ah, that's why those look so good on you. You made them yourself. Make? Clothes? Huh? Yeah, like a tailor, unless you have a bionic eye. I let out a hearty laugh at that. Of course, I can make clothes. That's how I got your sizes right. No bionics or robotics of any kind in the immediate vicinities. Huh? Are you okay, Pen? I feel my face go aflame and drop my head down in shame. I don't know exactly what time it is, but for my body, it's certainly breakfast time. Alright. I guess I should have brought you some food too. Penny, you're too nice. You know I can't repay you. Oh, no, it's not. Uh-oh. I raised my voice at her. I feel terrible. Sorry, I'm not angry at you, but at myself. You're angry at yourself? I feel like I'm taking advantage of your kindness, knowing that I won't be able to repay you anytime soon. I don't really care about money, though. It's okay if you don't repay me. Then is there another way I can repay you? Another way? Yes! If you don't want the money back, then let me do something for you. A favor, whatever you want. Well... Huh? She's gotten shy all of a sudden. There's something, but I don't want to impose. That should be my line, Penny. Come on, spit it out. What is it that you want? Friend? Huh? Could you repeat it? I couldn't quite catch that. Wow, she looks like she's really forcing herself. What's so embarrassing about this favor she has to ask of me? Could you be my friend? What? That's it? It's okay if you don't want to. Penny, I'd love to be your friend. Really?
No way.
Of course, but I was just wondering why you'd ask. Oh my god, she's heavy. How? Why? Oh, I'm so happy. I made a new friend. Penny, not to be rude, but I need air. Oh, I'm sorry. Ew. How can someone so petite weigh so much? I got carried away. I noticed. Is it really such a big deal for you? Well, you see, I don't have a lot of friends, and those I have, I can't see very often. Well, isn't that just so crushing? If such a nice girl can't make friends, what chance does the rest of the world have? Well, don't worry, Penny. I promise to try and be the best friend you've ever had. Really? Really? Well, you're a little lifesaver, Penny. It's not really a favor. I actually want you as a friend. She's smiling so profusely for something so simple. Something most people take for granted. I find myself smiling back as well. Well, want to get breakfast together, friend? I'm not really hungry, but sure. It's a big city. Where should we go? I heard about this shop in Main Street that's supposed to be very good. Let's go there then. I see you like it. Oh, definitely. I don't know the name of this pastry, but it goes wonderfully with warm milk. You sure you don't want a bite? Positive, and I'm glad you're feeling better now. Hard not to feel better. I've known Penny for only a little more than an hour, but her smile is absolutely infectious. I swear, I doubt there's anyone who could avoid having Penny grow on them. Which makes the fact that she doesn't have many friends even weirder to me. Well, I still have no idea where I am, or how I ended up here, but hey, at least the first person to find me was a pretty girl. Wow, look at her eyes. I didn't think it was too far out, but I thought I was the first person to locate you. What? That went completely over her head, didn't it? Penny? I was referring to you. You think I'm pretty? She cannot be serious, can she? Penny, it's less a thought and more of an empirical fact. No, I mean, I know I'm going by common aesthetical standards. I may be considered attractive. It's just, no one has ever said that to me. You cannot be serious. She gently shakes her head and lowers her gaze, her cheeks acquiring a healthy flush as she suddenly finds her fingers very interesting. Well, you are. Thanks. You're pretty too. Now it's my turn to flush. Thanks. Oh, it's gotten awkward. We're awkward. We made this awkward. Let's do it with some kind of distraction. Well, that works, but now I can't finish my milk. Ah. Oh, hey, Penny's back. I look down at myself as my body is pulled through the air. Some kind of purple tentacle is wrapped around my torso, but it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't belong to anything living. The construct twists and flips me around, and I grit my teeth, my stomach upset by the quick motion. And what do we have here? Who is this woman? Why is she attacking me? Also, more importantly, what the heck is she attacking me with? The light construct is coming out of her riding crop? You gave me a lot of trouble, young man. What kind of trick were you using to mask your aura? My what? No matter. We'll have plenty of time to uncover that. Now let's make you easier to transport. She extends her other hand towards me. I cringe and close my eyes. Oops. What?
Please
Penny?
stop!
When I open my eyes, Penny is grabbing the bespectacled woman's wrist.
Please let him go! He's done nothing wrong!
Unhand me this instant, young lady.
I'm terribly sorry, but I can't do that!
Because
Because you're going to knock David unconscious and take him to an unknown
that was my
location.
intention, yes. The woman is frowning pretty intensely. She suddenly snatches her hand away from Penny's grip, and the redhead immediately steps between me and my attacker. And I guess if you're so eager to share the blame, you can share it in that fate as well. Oh god. This woman is dangerous. I can feel it just by looking at her. And Penny wants to face her for me? Penny, no! Run!
Don't worry, David.
What? What is this? Why is Penny suddenly giving off a similar feeling?
I'm combat ready.
Are you now? Oh boy. Monty Ohm sequence. Oh. Also over the rainbow. What? A phone? Of all the times. The woman brings down her free hand to one of her pockets, producing some kind of smartphone. Osmond, I'm in the middle of something. You're in the middle of starting an international incident. Excuse me? The young lady who's so bravely confronting you is a special protege of the general. Nice, Penny. Work that angle. She's still interfering. I noticed, Glinda. But does the young man look or feel like a threat at all? Her stare bores into me, evaluating me like I'm something she picked off the sidewalk. Well, it's kind of true, isn't it? He does seem rather inoffensive. Totally and utterly defenseless, ma'am. But I can't just let him go if he's involved with the meteor crash in the market. Of course not. What you can do, though, is bring them both to me. Which I was going to do by asking them to come along, Glinda. I may understand your irritation to having to repave the streets, but I don't think these children deserve an iron fist because of that. Yeah, taking your frustrations out on others is a bad form, lady. We'll be right there. Ow. Why do I keep falling today? What's your name, child? And I believe you are called Penny, young lady?
Yes, ma'am.
A pleasure to meet you,
David.
ma'am. Now that I'm no longer restrained, anyway. She's a very beautiful woman, but her stern behavior kinda puts a damper on that. My name is Glinda Goodwitch. I'm a staff member at Beacon Academy, and...
Beacon Academy? Then maybe you know Ruby.
Of course, someone willing to stand up to a full-fledged huntress would be an acquaintance of that girl. Please follow me to my transport. The headmaster wishes to talk to both of you.
You're not going to detain
That
David
depends on
anymore,
him
then?
and his actions, of course. But I guess we should give him the opportunity to explain himself. Much appreciated, Miss Goodwitch. Thanks. Despite the rocky introduction, this is actually shaping up to be a good thing. Whoever these people are, they sound important. And Penny sounds important too. So she's nice, strong-armed, a bit awkward, cute, and has got enough courage to go against a huntress? Is that what she called herself? Best friend one could ever ask for, really. Thanks, Penny. Have you ever been to this school, Penny? No, I haven't been to Beacon yet. I was supposed to visit it for the first time in about 6 months. But it's the most famous combat academy in all of Remnant, training the best huntsmen and huntresses in the world. Sounds important. But what exactly do they hunt? The Grim. They are... I suggest you take your seats and strap in, children. We're descending. She pointed out the window to her right. Curious. I slowly waddle over to a seat on the right of the flying vehicle we were riding in. And then I see it. I always liked the detail at the boats. That's always been neat. Must be a long walk up though. Oh wow, that's a big complex. Oh, I think I can see Ruby from up here. Ah, no, it was just a large bird. Maybe this is like the Emerald Forest, maybe? Or maybe, what's it called? Forever Falls, maybe overseas. Yeah, I've always liked this picture. School is currently on break before the start of the semester. The majority of students are not on campus right now, which also means it'll be much easier to get you to the headmaster unnoticed. The headmaster office is located at the top of the beacon tower. Let's hurry. Okay. I'm back, headmaster. So I see. Welcome to Beacon Academy, children. I'm Ozpin, the headmaster. So this is the headmaster of Beacon Academy. He's very attractive. Wow, those are some fine aging genes in action there. Oh, jeez, make a route already. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, he's got a full head of gray hair, but he's got a but he's got a full head of gray hair. And where the heck are his wrinkles? He looks like a girl's older man fantasy, or straight out of one of those boy love stories. But in that case, he'd need a. And this is General Ironwood. I believe Penny is already acquainted with him. Strong, muscular, buff counterpart. I like how David comes pre-programmed with this kind of knowledge. It seems one can't take his eyes off you for more than 5 minutes without you taking in some stray, Penny. Yikes. Stereotypical army general, even if his expression is gentler. Penny was the first one on the scene, General. She also witnessed the events immediately prior to the crash, and was in town the whole morning. Frankly, I don't think we could have asked for a better witness, and she helped protect Mr. D. Cabegas for my lapse in judgment. What she said, I think it's a good thing Penny is the one who found me instead of anyone else, really, and she's been great to me so far. You misunderstand me. Penny's character was never in question. I just find it curious how she can't seem to help but form relationships with peculiar characters. And there's the attention of the room on me. Had half a mind saying, hey, I'm not peculiar, but I am the guy born of a meteor or something. So Penny, can you tell us how your morning went? From start to finish, with anything that comes to mind. Any detail, no matter how small, could be important. Huh? What is she smiling about all of a sudden? If you please.
Detail? Well,
alright,
the sky
and
was
what?
pretty clear. The environmental temperature was 24 degrees Celsius in the shade and 28 in the sun, but the light breeze coming from the northeast brought the actual perceived temperature to 24 Celsius anyway. UV amount was acceptable, but I wouldn't have advised staying too long to possessors of sensitive epidermis. The meteoroid appeared in the sky around 10:34 a.m. Vale time zone. I was alerted to its presence by the vocal reaction of one of the citizens with the exact words, "Holy dust, what is that?"
What? I see, then.
The size of the meteoroid was around 2 meters in diameter. I'm sorry, I couldn't get a better estimate, but the distance in the sky and the speed at which it traveled left me unable to get a proper reading on the object, which crashed into the market area at 10:36 a.m. I was worried about the possibility of injured people, so I directed myself to the extrapolated point of impact post-haste and managed to perceive police officers, both human
She's
and
a robot.
discover...
That's when we arrived at this location. I see. Thank you for your exhaustiveness, Penny. Oh my god, he is a headmaster. That didn't even faze him in the slightest. Even the general lost his smile halfway through. My pleasure, headmaster. Now, Mr. D. Cabegas, I understand from Penny's story that you possess no memory or awareness of Remnant as a whole. You managed to get that out of that? Is this guy a wizard? Sadly correct. My memories are a mess. I remember what police are supposed to be, and Yowie. My name random bits and pieces. And before meeting Miss Glinda, I had no idea you could snatch other people out of the air with riding crops. It's kind of cool. Say it though. What is the last thing you remember? Darkness. I guess going to sleep? Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a crater, and then I met Penny. And he was in his sleepwear. And someone turned him into a makeshift projectile. Sounds preposterous. You seem to have a theory, James. He's not lying. Or if he is, he's the best liar I've ever met. So either the impact knocked the memories out of him, so to speak, or someone removed them. Wait, what? It does seem to be the most plausible explanation. I turn right and meet Penny's gaze. She seems to share my surprise and the question on the tip of my tongue. But why would anyone erase my memories, put me into a fake meteor, and hurl me at a city? Also, how did they get past the barrier? Those are questions that need answers indeed, but I don't see us getting to them in the course of the day. So, for the time being, I'd like the both of you to stay at Beacon. Stay at the school? Really? Both of them, Ozpin? Penny is the first spawn Mr. D. Cabegas made from after his awakening, James. If his memories have actually been tampered with, I think it's important to give him as many anchors to the real world as possible, in preparation for when they'll go back to normal. Also, I understand you're worried about Penny's interactions. Beacon is certainly a more controlled environment than Vale, no? Granted, but unless there's something else you're not sharing with us which may constitute an impediment, I don't see any reason why Miss Penny shouldn't be allowed to spend this semester here at Beacon. Tension's so thick you can cut it with a knife, as they say. I don't understand, they seem to act friendly so far now, but it's like they're playing mind games with each other. After a few more seconds of staring contest, the general lowers his gaze and lets out a deep sigh. I guess there are none. Upon hearing those words, Penny lets out a huge gasp, bringing her hands to her mouth. General, really? As long as you behave. Of course, I will. I will be good, General. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, General. If that's all, I guess I should inform Penny's father of the new arrangements. I will also have one of my teams inspect the location of the crash. No offense, Glinda. None taken, but I shall accompany you. Thank you, Headmaster. 1,000 thanks. Don't thank me yet, children. I said I'd like you to stay at the school, but there are conditions. Conditions? Despite your particular situation, this is still an academy for huntsmen and huntresses. To stay at Beacon, you will need to prove that you have the potential to stand at their side and learn. He's not serious, is he? Headmaster, while I have confidence in my abilities, I doubt this is a reasonable request for David. He's not combat trained, and he doesn't even know how to access his aura. Yeah, what's aura? Aura is an extension of the soul. All living things possess it, and huntsmen can use it to protect their bodies, heal injuries, and power their weapons and semblances. But that's besides the point. That's crazy. How am I supposed to keep up with people who can do that? We have a first year who's managed to pass the entrance exam by only discovering aura in the exam itself. So now there's a precedent. That's not a precedent, that's a miracle. And regardless of the combat training, can we be certain of that at this moment of time? Oh, that's right. What? What's right? What is he talking about? I'll leave it in your hands then, Miss Polendina. The amphitheater is currently free. I will have a room ready for you in the dormitories by the time you're finished. Finished? Finished with what exact? Thanks, Headmaster. The exam will take place on Sunday. Prepare yourself properly. What, Penny? Where we go? I can walk on my own. There's always a place at Beacon for people willing to walk the path, Mr. D. Cabegas. Here we are. Penny has pretty much dragged me non-stop to the elevator, out of the tower and through the school grounds where, of course, I couldn't escape the gazes of a few students. Some pointed, others laughed, others yet seemed almost sympathetic. The structure we're in is towering and seems to be able to accommodate hundreds of people at the same time, if not more. So I see, Penny, but I don't understand what we are here for. To verify your combat training, of course. Oh my god, she's serious. Hetty, I've never been in a fight in my entire life, as far as I know. That's according to your memories, right? Of course, what else? Oh, I have no memories, so maybe I've just forgotten about it? So there's a chance I could have been trained to fight? Positive. But if I forgot, what goods does that do for me? Even if your brain has forgotten, there's a possibility that your body will still remember. That's why the headmaster asked me to accompany you here. Combat training. Combat training. First. What? So close. She suddenly got very close to me, keeping her eyes on mine and connecting our foreheads. Her hands grasped my cheeks, making me flush in embarrassment. For it is in passing that we achieve immortality. I feel hot all of a sudden, like a blanket of warmth spreading from the point where our foreheads connect to go cover the entirety of my body. Through this, we become a paragon of virtue and glory to rise above all, infinite in distance and unbound by death. I release your soul and by my shoulder protect thee. Feel the blanket seep into my flesh, traveling through pathways previously unknown to me, all the way down to my core, and then... Penny let me go, and the concentrated warmth in my body explodes. Waving outwards to my skin, I look at my hands. They're covered in a thin, translucent barrier of dark silver, which disappears in a few seconds. That's interesting. I know that aura is colored, but dark silver specifically. I wonder. Penny, is this? I unlocked your aura using mine. I also recited an ancient oath that went with it, from a time when the process was used as a coming-of-age ritual. As the headmaster said, it will protect you and heal you. You have a finite quantity of it though, so try not to rely on it too much. Dodging's important. Got it. And now we spar. The feeling from when Penny put herself between me and Glinda is back, although this time it's kind of muted. Is it because she unlocked my aura? Or because this is only going to be a spar? Be careful, David. I will tell you what I will do, but I will come at you seriously. Are you ready? Not at all, but this may help me remember things about myself. I flex my legs, preparing myself to move. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. How do you feel, David? Not nervous, but not as much as I thought I'd be. Is this also because of aura? Most likely. An expert in aura manipulation once described it as being surrounded by a blanket of warm power. I'm now going to give you a brief overview of your options during a battle. Pay attention. What you see below is your command bar on the left, and your aura box on the right. Your aura box allows you to keep track of your aura level. If you see it getting low, you should focus your mind and generate further aura. And remember that in a pinch, or if you feel a strong attack coming, you should hypothesize use of a defense position. But you can't win by just defending and healing. You got to attack. Most people will give you a close or ranged attack option. And in the future, you may use any special abilities you may come to learn with the semblance command. Also remember that both weapons and skill may need you to recharge. And finally, you are able to use items during battle. They have a range of effects on both enemy and foe, so don't hesitate to experiment. Did you manage to follow everything? Yes, but it's a bit much all at once, I guess. Most likely, yes. It's an excessive amount of data for you to process. I think practice will help though. So, go on. Oh boy. Penny, aren't you going to defend myself? Not really. What? Why not? Because you'd miss. Wow. But I don't want to hurt you. Ah, that's sweet, but don't worry about that. Just go ahead and practice to your heart's content. If you say so. Alright. Hey. Rock. I see you're starting to get used to it. How much damage do I do? 120. You're finally getting proficient. Don't stop now. Oh, apparently I throw a rock harder than I punch. Or at least sometimes. I think that's enough. Ow, thankfully it's over. I'm the one who hit her, but my hand is numb. She's sturdier than she looks. Now that we're done with the warm-up, I will now defend myself and attack back. Okay, David? Uh-oh. I pant. On my hands and knees, Penny put me through an extensive training session. That's all for today then. You did great, David. Alright, so convenient. My body is already healing all of the sores and scrapes I got from training with Penny. I didn't warm up before starting, and yet I feel completely fine cramp and pull-wise. The headmaster's hypothesis was correct. Your body has combat training. That's a very big hint. It means I was trained in combat school, right? Or you were someone's apprentice. Either way, it should help us narrow down where to look for further information. It's a start, and I will probably survive the test. I raise my head to the sky. It's sundown. We've been here for a while. Well, want to see what the room the headmaster has prepared for us, huh? Wait just a moment. What is it? You remembered something? Yes, I remembered that the headmaster said he was going to have a room prepared for us, as in one for the both of us. So? What do you mean, so? He wants us to stay in the same room. And? My jaw is currently threatening to dislocate. I'm with you, David. Penny, we're a boy and girl. Doesn't the thought of sleeping in the same room, bother you? She starts giggling like I just cracked the best joke in the world. David, you're so old-fashioned. Old-fashioned? Teams in dormitories and combat academies like Beacon are have been for decades. You're telling me that you're telling me that they're allowing young teenagers of different genders to share the same living space? She nods. Okay. What else can you say to such a normal reaction, really? Let's go look for our room then. Huh. Whoops. This academy is not only big, but also beautiful, modern, but at the same time with an air of elegance to it, like a castle. I guess Ozpin's tower looking down from above helps in giving it that feeling, which I thought was the reason why Penny is constantly looking around, but with more attentive observance. It's clear that she's looking for something or someone. Hey Penny, what does your friend look like? Hi, Penny's back. I grin. I must have caught her by surprise. The friend you asked Miss Glinda about, Ruby, right? If you tell me what she looks like, I can help you look for her. She flushes in embarrassment at being caught, but then gives me a nod.
Well, Ruby is shorter than me. She has silver eyes and dark hair with red highlights.
Sounds peculiar. What else? Huh? Someone is approaching Penny from behind. Oh. Does she wear a red hood or it's something similar?
Affirmative.
Wild guess.
How did you
Does
know?
she have white skin?
Indeed. When I first met her, I thought she had some kind of weird skin condition. It was really just her natural pigment and some weird lighting.
Don't you think that's a little excessive?
Well, I suppose she's not that pale. Still, her clothes have colors that make her white tone that much more accentuated. Black and red mostly.
I'm sure she looks just fine. Gorgeous even.
I think she could benefit from a more variegated outfit. One of her teammates has a great fashion sense.
No. I do not need fashion advice from Weiss, and my combat skirt is awesome. Uh-oh.
Ruby!
Happy
I'm
too,
so happy
but
to see you again.
yeah. I know the feeling, Ruby. Thankfully, Penny only continues for a few seconds more before releasing her.
Ruby, I'm so happy to see you.
Break's almost over anyway. I would have had to come back, but more importantly, you. The headmaster asked me to look for you.
Me?
And to bring you to your room, and he told me that you're going to stay at Beacon. That's super duper awesome.
Oh, right. Yes. Headmaster Ozpin allowed us to stay
We?
here, provided we passed
Hi
the
there.
exam, of course.
Looking like she had only just now remembered my presence, Ruby turns to me. I grin and raise my hand in greeting. My name is David D. Cabegas. Nice to meet you, Ruby. Huh? Why is she looking at me like that? She's scrutinizing me from head to toe like a statue she needs to chip excess stone off of. Do I have something on my face? Why is she getting in so close? She retreated, but she's looking at me like, "You, mister." Penny looks as surprised as me when Ruby suddenly thrusts her right index finger in my direction, stretching her whole arm to point at me, which, considering I'm 5'10", is kind of a comical image. Yes? As Penny's best friend in Vale and leader of Team Ruby, the coolest amalgam of future huntresses currently in Beacon, I have to inform you that I find you lacking as a future teammate. Lacking? Because you lack something that I need to see to fully evaluate you. Also, I may be a bit curious. I got that, but what exactly am I lacking? Your weapon! You mean like Miss Glenda's riding crop? Yes, or like mine. Oh wow. It happens all in a swift second, and it shocks me much more than Miss Glenda's light construct, because how could something so small keep hidden something this big? Better yet, how can someone as small as Ruby carry around something this heavy? Ruby apparently loves my reaction. If her grin is any indication, did she make that scene just as a setup to this reveal? Sorry. Blech. Her name is Crescent Rose. Ain't she the most beautiful thing in the world? She's a scythe/high-power sniper rifle with extra mid-range rifle mode. Whoa, where did you get something like this? Her grin widens as she plants the scythe in the ground and leans on it, smiling like a cat who ate the cannery. That's the first time I've ever heard, whatever you call it. Wow, I know this girl. She's kind of awesome, does not need fashion advice, and also happens to know how to build these babies. You built this, at your age. Her only answer is to grin harder, if that's even possible. Penny watches on, amused by her friend's antics. Okay, your turn now. Show me yours. I don't have a weapon. What do you mean you don't have a weapon? Even John had a weapon when he arrived. Penny trails off and looks at me as if to ask for my permission. I smile and nod. If she's a friend of Penny, friend, then is that right? That she's also my friend. I decide if Penny likes her, she can't be a bad person, no? And the headmaster didn't tell me not to tell anyone about my situation anyway. He's what?
You see, this morning...
Wow, you
Yeah,
sure you
that's
didn't
the
drop
gist
from the
of it.
moon or something? Not really. I was just thrown from somewhere. But that's more boring. Someone erased my brain, put me in a fake meteor, and hurled it at a city, and you call that boring? I said more boring. It's still very interesting. And kind of spooky, but all the best stories are. Shame you don't have a weapon, though. I didn't have any clothes on me when I arrived, let alone weapons. I mean, no normal clothes. I was in my sleepwear. Much less creepy. To put it lightly. No hunter should be without a weapon, both for survival and coolness factor. There are no hunters who fight barehanded, I guess. Never completely. My sister is a hand-to-hand combat specialist, but she has combat gloves. Without a weapon, it's real hard to use dust in fights. Oh, and dust is a mineral imbued with the power of the elements. You can use it raw, but it's pretty volatile like that. So weapons or bust. Because no weapon, no dust. I like her already. Any idea where I can get a weapon then? Sounds kind of important.
I don't think you'll find weapons
Darn
like
straight.
Ruby's scythe in any ordinary shop. So how about you build it for him, Ruby? You are perfectly able to build a functional one, if your scythe is any indication. And I'm certain whatever you'll make will be more advanced and awe-inspiring than any commercially available weaponry we may acquire from the shop.
Can't deny that, no. Oh, she's playing her well.
So, what about I supply you with the materials and you build
It's going to be a most awesome name.
Great! We need it by the end of the week.
By the end of the week,
Ruby.
it shall...
You're awesome!
Wait a minute. That's in 3 days. Hook, line, and sinker. I'll get you the materials tomorrow morning. I don't like working on a deadline. Sorry, Ruby. I would very much like to mount an opposition, but you've made it very clear that it's kind of vital for me to have a weapon. Sorry, Ruby. Anything I can do to help or repay you, just ask. As long as it's not money. Oh, you will help and repay me, alright, mister? 3 all-nighters are a lot of cookies. Ugh, I should look into getting a part-time job or something once I pass this test. What kind of weapon do you even want anyway? What kind of weapon? Yeah, sword, rifle, dagger. I need a basic shape to work off of. Hey, you okay there? Penny, is he okay? David, what's wrong? A whip. A whip? But also a gauntlet? I don't know what... My head feels kind of light. Penny gently grabs on my arm, scrutinizing me in worry. Are you alright? Maybe you still need some rest? No, I'm fine. I just got lost in thought for an instant. Okay, but just... Excuse me. But just in case we actually do need to make you lay down, I'd better show you to your dorm room already. Blech. I agree. Penny, I can walk on my own. I'm fine. You sure? On a scale of 1 to 100, how would you rate your current discomfort? A whip and a gauntlet, Oh my god, this is going to be the best weapon ever. After Crescent Rose, of course. Well, here's your new pad. How do you like it? It's really nice, Ruby. Are all the team rooms in Beacon like this? Kind of, but every team is allowed a certain level of customization. They're also expected to take care of any unscheduled cleaning, particularly in the kitchen. Yeah, it's kind of funny that this room is a lot more spacey than a lot of rooms we see in the show, since Ruby has to make bunk beds in order to have a little more space. Understood. Come on, David. Let's get you in bed. Penny, I swear I'm feeling fine. I don't need to. Oh, I think you do. Considering the amount of activity and excitement you've had today, you probably need a longer than average period of rest. Her grip on my arm doesn't relent. It seems I'm not getting out of this. I sit on the bed, and only then does Penny seem satisfied. Alright then, now you stay here while I get you something to eat, alright? The mess hall should be open by now, but I'd better accompany you since you're not a student yet. Many thanks, Ruby. We'll be back soon, okay? Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Well then, I'm all alone now. I look around the room, finding it nicely furnished with 4 single beds. I guess that's the standard team size at Beacon Academy. There's luggage piled at the feet of 2 of the beds. One set of suitcases is white, metallic looking, which I guess means it's Penny's stuff. It reminds me of the uniform that general guy was wearing. The other set is kind of peculiar. The suitcases are made of fabric, with an overall dark pink tone, but they're covered in patches of different and more often than not eye-burning colors. I mean, acid green on dark pink? Who does that? Then again, maybe Veil Fashion has different parameters than the nothing in my mind. I let myself fall on my back of the bed. Now that I'm alone, my mind has no qualms about filling itself with questions and wonder. Who exactly am I? Is David even my real name? And why would someone do this to me? Seems way too elaborate for a personal vendetta. If whoever did this to me had a grudge, just removing all my memories would have been much worse state to wake up in, not even knowing how to say, help me. And of all the places where to leave me, why Vale City and in such a bold way? Wondering about this right now is useless. I turn on my side and close my eyes. I guess I'll take a little nap before the girls come back. And I think that's where I want to stop the episode, I guess. Yeah, I forgot how long the prologue was, but I remember it being really long, so I think this is a good spot to stop, I think. So yeah, I'm a little excited to start up Jade again. Yeah, I couldn't stay away for long. I took about a 3-day break, I think. Where there it is. Yeah, I've been wanting to finish a piece from Cobalt, but I don't know. I know I can do it. It's just I don't know. But anyways, support all these people, minus Kyan. Oh wait, I should go slower. Hey, anyways, bye.